I'm not the smartest feller in the world, but I can put two and two together, and I understand that words have definitions, and that you use a certain word in a certain way, and when your usage of a certain word contradicts the seeming reality of the situation, then there is something amiss. I draw your attention to the former health secretary of the UK, in his now notorious statement that he made on WhatsApp to his cronies, where he typed in, "When do we deploy the new variant?" This was in, I believe, December of 2020. And he asked that question the day before he made an announcement that there was this new variant. And just follow me here. I know that some of you are just going to be absolutely resistant to what I'm saying, but if you are open to possibilities, then just follow what I'm about to lay on you here. All right, say that you have the announcement of a virus, and that this supposed virus supposedly has a whole bunch of variants, which subsequently emerge after the initial wave of the virus strikes. But this virus that is invoked, is mentioned, and that they do their best to fearmonger over and to initiate something unprecedented, a worldwide lockdown practically of the entire world's economy, and closing of schools everywhere, in some places making people stay home, stay within their houses. In some places making people wear things over their faces, muzzles, these things that they say are supposed to be helpful to not catching or not spreading this so-called virus, and on it goes. And yet there is never any isolation of this virus. The virus is never isolated, and there's never any test for the virus, right? And the thing is, they use something called the PCR test to test for the virus. Supposedly, if you test positive for the PCR test, then you supposedly have this new novel virus. But the PCR test was never. Its creator said that it was never meant to be used in a diagnostic manner. And in any case, even though the PCR test becomes known as the word test, the word for the virus, which I'm not going to say here, even though it becomes known as the blank test, meaning if you test positive, then you're said to have the virus in question. It's not really that kind of test. What it tests for are, it's a variety of things. You can have any number of a positive. If you test positive, that could mean that you have the common cold. It could mean any number of things. It's again was not meant to be a determinant for seeing that you have this particular thing, and yet it was used in that way. It was the main tool to see if people had this supposedly new virus. That has never sat well with me. The fact that they have this thing that hasn't been isolated, the fact that they have this thing that there is no test for, the thing they say is the test for it isn't the test for it at all. But yet, if you get a positive for that, if you test positive in this diagnostic that's not even meant to be used as a diagnostic, then they say you have it. And now you have a health minister saying, well, let's deploy. When do we deploy? Deploy the new variant. Okay. If this virus was a real thing, if it was real, if the variation, the variants were real because the original strain was real, then why on earth would you use the term deploy? Why would you say, when are we going to deploy the new variant? That means one of two things, okay? If you use the word deploy means if you've got this thing in your arsenal, when are we going to use it? When are we going to use it in the manner that we wish to use it to get the intended results that we're looking for? So there's two possibilities. Either that means they are the variant is real and they are releasing it. They are deploying it in the sense of, they're going out and releasing it. I don't know, finding a patient zero, having him cough on some other people or whatever. However, they're going to do it. Going different places and releasing this new variant, deploying it in that way. Or it could mean what I suspect it means, which is, when do we deploy it in the sense of, when do we tell people that it's there, that it's around, in order to further our agenda, in order to keep the fear mongering going, in order to initiate another lockdown, and so forth. And it seems to me, judging from the fact that the day after Hancock asked this on WhatsApp, he made an announcement to the public saying, "Oh, we've got this new variant out there now, and it's so much more contagious, and blah blah blah, fear, 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 pew, fear, pew, pew, pew." That I think is what is the deployment of the variant. It's the deployment of a new variant of fear. Now, I don't know. Call me nutty. Feel free. But these are the thoughts that cross my head when I hear somebody, somebody who knows how. I'm not saying Matt Hancock is, a hyper articulate person or anything like that, but he knows the English language. He's talking to, his conspirators, his cohorts, in what are supposed to be confidential, a confidential means of communication. That, oops, it got hijacked and it got released, and now everybody knows that he and these other people wrote these things to one another. Someone like that knows what deploy means. Okay. If it seems to me that if you were merely saying there's a new variant out there for real, and we've got to tell the public about it, it would be something like he would, instead of using the word deploy, he would say, when do we announce the new variant? When do we tell the public about the new variant? When do we inform the public about the new variant? Not when do we deploy the new variant? That makes no sense, accepting the two possibilities that I'm giving you. And I'm telling you, given the fact that this phantom menace that they invoked to close down the entire world in March of 2020 was never isolated, and that there's never been any test for it, even though they say, oh, you took the test, and that means if it's negative, that means you don't have it. If it's positive, that means you have it. That's not true. That's always been a lie that they've perpetrated, and it's just something that people pass on just as if it's second nature. People who should know better, and people who don't know any better, just believe it, and so it passes into the public vernacular. Now, am I saying the people who felt sick weren't really sick? No, I'm not accusing anybody who was sick of not really being sick. I'm asking, were they sick with this new novel, spooky, scary virus, or did they have some old-fashioned thing like flu? I think that's the question I put forth to the world, humbly, and wonder if anybody hears me, and if anybody feels the same way as I do, or if I'm wrong, tell me why I'm wrong. Thanks for watching.